You know, Chinese bikes have a bit of a reputation. People love them, people hate them. Majority of the people hate them though. This is a Chinese bike, the Yamasaki YM50-RE. However, it's one of the good Chinese bikes in my opinion. And let me tell you why. This is the review of the Yamasaki YM50-RE. So, first off, the bike itself. The Yamasaki YM50-RE is the 2022 model in the black and red color version. It comes in a white and blue, a liquid moly, and it also comes in a Rellz version as well. There is the single exhaust and the twin exhaust version, but for 2022 and 2021, it only comes in a single exhaust. So this is fuel injected, it does have a choke, and it does work, but you know, it's not really needed. Also does have a Kickstart as well, which does definitely work. I've tried it. It's very useful, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's good to have it. Most bikes should, you know, hit and miss. It does have a digital dash, a analog rev meter, and a digital odometer. Most people would say Chinese bikes have really poor build quality, however this one is not the same. Although it is built in China and the manufacturer is Chinese, the dealerships around it are all in the UK, and as such, they make sure everything is up to top working order. This bike, although being a 50cc engine, can fit up to 300cc, and because of that, all the parts need to be able to fit and work for a 300cc bike. So the brakes, everything, the wheels, tires, the build quality, the frame, all be able to support up to 300cc. So when you just have a 50cc bike engine in this, it performs perfectly. Now onto fuel economy. This bike is very, very fuel economic for what it is. You get about 170 to 200 miles per gallon on it, and honestly, couldn't be happier. It's got a 17 litre fuel tank, I think about a 2 or 3 litre reserve, but I recommend not trying to get into the reserve anyway. But you can check out my video on the fuel tank itself and the miles per gallon and the fuel station. You can check that video out way more in detail. The headlights and the tail lights are all LED, no halogen, and they're really, really bright at night. Honestly, I couldn't ask for any more. They're very responsive, they blink well, haven't had any problems. Motorbikes aren't designed to have a lot of space regardless, and being a sport bike you get even less. However, with this bike you can take the pillion seat off and you get a decent amount of space. You have a little bag or a phone in there, but not that much. Okay, now the bike does have some fail-safes in place, that being the Kickstart. If the Kickstart is down on the bike and you try to start it on, it just simply won't start up. So, get the Kickstart back up, and the bike starts up really, really nicely. Coming on to the tires of the bike now, they are really, really grippy, a lot of traction and a lot of tread built in. They do really well in rain, they do really well in the snow, even though I wouldn't recommend taking the bike out in the snow, but they do really, really well, solid tires. That's it for the off-road section of this review. We're now gonna go on-road. The weather is getting a bit worse, so it might be raining when we go out. However, we're gonna get some opinions, how it is like to ride this bike on the road, and I'll come back for my final thoughts and opinions. Let's go.
So, starting the road element of this review today, and so you got horrible, horrible weather, but nevertheless, the show must go on. So, how does the Yamasaki perform? First of all, how does it perform in poor conditions like this? Well, the wheels are very, very good, okay? It's got really good traction, really good stability, and really good brakes. Look at that. Brakes work really, really well in the wet, and honestly, I couldn't ask for any more, because remember, this frame is over 300cc bike, so everything is over the top, you know. The brakes work really, really well in the wet and in the dry. It can do really, really well in traffic, okay? Maneuvering, filtering, going in and out, it can do it all, okay? It is very, very nimble, very, very light, very confidence inspiring. That I will give it. What I will say about this bike though is that it can be very problematic up hills. It might go away with the D restriction, which I haven't got just yet. However, what I will say though is that it does struggle a bit uphill. I do find hold the clutch in, rev it up higher, it does help. I'm not gonna lie, it does help. However, that is the biggest weakness of the bike really right now, the hills. Another point to add is that because it is a light bike, you need to be very firm on it, okay? Because just now I had a gust of wind come through, and if you're not firmly planted on this bike, you and that bike, you're gone, okay? It's finished for you, it's a long day. But you know, you just gotta firm it. The bike can handle it. I've had really strong side winds before, and well, you know, I have faith on my bike, you know? That's what you gotta do, you gotta trust the bike. That's the main thing. So yeah, so the main good points about the bike, really nimble, it's really good braking, really good in traffic with filtering. It's also got really good mile per gallon.
Okay, and we're back off-road. So that was a pretty interesting ride on the road. But let me tell you this now, after riding it for several times, riding it on that review, can I give you an opinion on should you buy it? It's not simple as yes or no, I'm afraid. I know you're looking for a simple answer, but hear me out now. The answer is yes. If you're young, you're new to riding, your first year of riding, then 100% get the bike. Okay, if you're only planning on having the bike for a year and then upgrade into your A1 license, get 1 to 5, get the bike, 100%. Okay, the bike will do really nicely for the year. Okay, if you don't plan to do that many miles on the bike, get the bike, okay? If you're new to riding, if you're young, starting first bike, honestly, you can't go wrong. You really can't go wrong. However, that being said though, if you have a higher licensed bike from A1, A2, or if you're older and you can able to get a higher CC bike, get that instead. For what it is, it's a very expensive 50cc bike, and if you're able to get something else, get that. It is definitely the best 50cc bike in its class. However, there are better options if you're able to go to different markets. So I don't feel like this bike, although it has good build quality, I don't feel like it will last for over a year. So if you intend on having this bike for 2-3 years, this isn't really the bike for you. Try get the Aprilia, I think that will last a bit longer for you. This bike is really good for about a year, maybe maximum of 1,000 miles, and after that, it's time to move on to another bike. So that being said, after everything you've discussed, all the ride reviews, do I regret buying the bike? This Yamasaki YM50-RE, do I regret buying it? And honestly, I do not. It's taught me a lot, and it is really, at the end of the day, a great bike. I don't intend on having it for over a year, and it's treated me really nicely. So at the end of the day, I don't think you'll regret it, and I don't regret it. It's a lovely bike. It was expensive, I must say, but I feel like it was worth the expense. It treated me nicely, it performed really well. It was way faster than I thought it was gonna be. If you wanna see how fast it was, go check out those videos, they're on the channel. But that's it for today's video, guys. You got your answer now. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in another video. Peace.